Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone had a great weekend. And I want to thank you for joining me this morning, early Monday morning, for another kicking off the week with self improvement as an entrepreneur. We always really appreciate you all joining us on these lives or even rewatching them. Um, so we appreciate you. This weekend, we do our podcast interviews on Sundays, and we had a wonderful one yesterday. And I always like to, kind of meditate on what the discussion was and, you know, lock into my mind the takeaways and the things that I could put in practice or the things that I can improve within myself. And as I was thinking about it, our discussion, which was completely amazing on and off the camera, the word faith kept popping up in my head. And, normally when someone thinks of the word faith, they think of it in the context of religion or belief in a higher power. But faith is something that we have in all aspects of our life. It's important for us to have faith in ourselves. It's important for us to display faith in our businesses. And so it's something that as entrepreneurs we really should have, and not just in a higher power in God, but in ourselves, because that's what will drive us ahead. And I had looked up uh, some definitions of faith, and of course we know that it's a firm belief in something for which there is no proof. But a few of them that I didn't quite know were actual definitions was sincerity of intention, complete trust, also something believed, especially with strong conviction. And it dawned on me that we have to, as entrepreneurs, we have to have faith in ourselves. We have to have faith in the fact that a decision that we make based on our business, and this also applies in personal life, because really as entrepreneurs they're intertwined. Our personal belief system, our personal dedication to those who we serve, that goes hand in hand with our businesses. And so, having faith in, and we've talked about this before, you know when we decide to add something to our business, like a service or a product that we're not completely sure will be successful, we have to take those risks. We That's the only way to grow. But having faith in ourselves and knowing that we've done the research, knowing that we have the knowledge of whatever that product or service is, that we have faith that if we add it to our business, that it will have success. And if it doesn't, if it doesn't go over as well as we would have liked it to, then we know that it's okay. We've tried it. You can mark that off of the list and go on to the next idea. But regardless, um, having faith in ourselves and our abilities as business owners is very important, because that really is what drives us forward, or what's the one of the things that drive us forward. And it just, it really, I mean, I didn't have like a, what's that, an epiphany or anything like that, but it just helped me to appreciate that, this faith, which is something that's not easy, especially for, a new entrepreneur, because we haven't, stepped in the holes on the path. We haven't twisted an ankle yet. We haven't, had to crawl over a roadblock, or we have, and it wasn't that bad. But there's a lot to learn and a lot that we will go through on our, the beginning of our journey. And even in the middle and towards the end, I mean, as you listen to the podcast and the lives when we have guests, it's an ongoing thing, but it's a wonderful thing if you have the right mindset, if you appreciate it the way that you should, because without those, without overcoming those, we don't build the confidence in ourselves. And so we need to be able to have the faith that we will be able to overcome those. And even if, maybe our faith is a little shaky, which happens at times, even, in our religious belief system, there are people that we can turn to, that we can talk to, or books that we can read, or something that we can listen to that we may have already in our repertoire, that will strengthen us, will fuel us up for the next, endeavor. But one thing I appreciate, because I looked up some information too about some of the ways that we can believe in ourselves, have faith in ourselves. And it's funny because there are things that we've already discussed, Marissa and myself. Conquering limiting beliefs is one of those. So we know that as we are raised, there are things that we're taught that aren't true. Like, we can't do something, or you can only go this far if you do this, or, just, and even in ourselves, we can't have a limiting belief in ourselves. We have to have that faith, and we have to build that faith that we can do what we want to do, and that we can have a successful business, and that we will have a successful business. We just have to put in the work, and we have to have the courage and take those risks. But one thing that, again, it's something that we've discussed before. Sometimes it's necessary, not all the time, but sometimes it's necessary to have that support system, have that one or two people who really help to build us up, who know how to, or know what is necessary to help us to get back onto that path, or to give us the fuel that we need to strengthen that self-belief. And so, again, and it's actually called the power of proximity. So please look that up, afterwards, whenever you have free time. But it's important to have that support system. Again, we may not always need it. We may have, like I said, a book, a podcast. We may have some affirmations that we listen to that help give us that strength, that helps to make that belief stronger in us. But it's okay if you need other people to help you do that. And that's one thing that we hope we do here on Pajamas and Coffee, because that is one of our goals, to help not only the new entrepreneur, but the entrepreneur trying to master the middle, who has started but may get stuck somewhere. And so, good morning, and I know this is Marissa. So it's important for us that if we need to lean on someone else, that we can do that. We have that support system. But remember, you have this support system as well. Marissa, myself, or any of the members of this group are just a DM away, just a message away. We may even know someone who's in this group that we have their phone number or email address. But just remember that there's always support, and we here at PJ&C are also your support. That interview that I was talking about, it's coming out on Tuesday. Please watch it. It was amazing. It's one of the best yet, and we really appreciate our guests coming on and taking the time to be here to share with us. But faith is important that we have in ourselves. I have something I have to work on. It's not easy, and I know that. But as we progress in our knowledge, in our practices, in our businesses, whether it be in the development stage or something that's already launched that we're working through, we have to have faith that it's going to work. And we always know that, and we can always have faith that we have someone to turn to, because you do. So am I'm practicing what I'm preaching. I am trying to develop that faith, trying to strengthen that faith in myself so that I can move forward as an entrepreneur, so that I can serve those that I'm called to serve, and to not allow myself, my ego, my limiting belief to stop me. We have to get rid of those limiting beliefs, because those will um, halt our progress or slow our progress down anyway. So please develop that faith, make it strong if you don't already have strong faith in yourself. That is what's going to get us to grow. That's what's going to get us moving and down that path. So thank you so much for your time. And remember, if we can do it, you can do it. Have that faith. We have that faith. You have that faith. So everyone have a wonderful week, and Marissa will see you on Wednesday, and then we'll be back together on Friday. But thank you. Have a wonderful week, and take care. All right. Bye, everybody.